Well, another crap loss. 12-6. Right? And at this point, I think, excuse me, I drink a lot of fluids. It's in an amusement park all day in the heat, my kids. So at this point, I think the best move for them would be multiplayer trades. Now that we know Clark Schmidt needs Tommy John, right? That's a starter that's not out. Now, they did say they're more than likely calling up Cam Schlittler to start on Tuesday against Seattle. They also signed Heimer Candelario today as another infield depth piece. But, they clearly have to make bigger moves than that. Candelario is not the answer. Neither is the kid, Nicky Lopez, whoever it was that he signed earlier this week, right? So, transparency, what's going on there? And again, their loss today is not because Jason Dominguez didn't hit leadoff today. We know this, right? I don't know if you guys noticed, but they've been actually scoring a decent amount of runs over the last several games. Their pitching has been giving up so much more than they've been scoring themselves. So, yeah, I would agree, Coach Carr. At this point, they're becoming unbearable to watch. So, I'm gonna expect them to make a bunch of minute moves until the bigger moves present themselves, which they haven't done yet. So, and like, there's only so many. Cashman's not going to be able to force the move to happen. And the teams know that the Yankees are hurting bad, right? So they're going to try to extort them in trades. Cashman would do the same thing to other teams. So, but that's, at this point, that's what they're going to have to do, right? They have to decide whether they're going to buy or sell, whether they're all in or not, or all out. And again, Hal is the main decision maker, the number one. So we're going to see what they're going to do. Okay? Rodon was not good today. We know that. But neither was the bullpen that much either. So, but they've been scoring some runs recently. They've been hitting a lot more home runs too and putting the ball in play a little bit more. I wish Anthony Volpe would strike out less and hit the ball more. But their pitching has completely fallen apart. Starting rotation and bullpen. So they need 2 or 3 relievers. They need another starter now. And it looks like at this point there are 3 teams, I think, where the Yankees can make a trade for multiple players at once, or try to. Right? The Pirates, the Marlins, and the Rockies. Right? So, if you can get Duran and Castro in a package, I would take that over Suarez and Kelly. And if you can get Peralta in a separate trade, yeah, that would be nice. They would still need another reliever, right? But let's just say the 3 teams. But the Pirates, probably David Bednar, Mitch Keller, and Ke'Bryan Hayes, right? Marlins, what's his name? Ronnie Henriquez, the relief pitcher. I like Eduardo Cabrera over Sandy Alcantara. Who's the other one? Xavier Edwards, an infielder. Or Colorado Rockies, which is the premier trade to me. That's one's going to be the most expensive. Ryan McMahon, Jake Bird, and Seth Halvorsen, which I don't know if they would be crazy enough to trade all 3 of them at once. So, Trevor Rogers, Romero Kelly. They might get one of those. Duvall. Well, any trade, like I said, any trade they're going to make, if you're going to give up good capital, these guys have to have controllable years. They can't be rentals, which is why I'm least interested in the Arizona Diamondbacks, Suarez and Kelly, or Suarez and Gallen, because they're all rentals. They're all free agents after this year. That's the trade that I'm least interested in. Right? Suarez has the big bat, sure, but he doesn't move the needle enough for us to not need more pitching, right? So that's just a fact. So, who made it clear that he isn't spending? With the Rockies trade, well, for all three of those guys, I don't think all three would happen. I think two. I mean, I would go for at least two of them, Bird and Brian McMahon. We might ask for them, but I think the Yankees would probably wind up giving Roderick Arias, Hazel Peraza to give up a decent amount of. They'd give up a good package, but I think they would probably resist giving Lombard, right? So, Camille Devon, Logan Webb, could they get guys like that from the Giants? I don't know, right? I doubt. I mean, Jones is he's looking really good right now. Lombard's still developmental, but those are the two top guys that teams are going to ask for, and it depends. Like, there's no way they're going to give up Lombard or Jones for a rental, nor should they, right? So, but at this point, they're going to have to, either make multiple trades or trades for multiple players, right? So, what would you give up for Suarez, Sean? Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, they're calling up Cam Schlittler, Mike, and on Tuesday to start against Seattle. So we'll see what we have there. Beyond that, the other guys aren't ready yet. So my guess is they're going to acquire some type of starting pitcher at the deadline. Getting hard to defend Cash and Boone. They're not the reason guys are getting hurt. You know that, right? They're not the reason Schmidt needs Tommy John. Cole had Tommy John. Hill was hurt. They're not the reason for these guys are being hurt. Consul Yeti, how are you doing, my man? Yeah, I mean, well, I think if Dominguez if they somehow traded Dominguez, which I don't know what's going to happen, but if they somehow trade him, obviously you have to get a big piece for it. But you're right, his trade value has never been higher. I think the logical replacement would be Everson Pereira, but the guy that folks would want would probably be Spencer Jones. But don't be surprised if the Yankees, if they trade Dominguez, don't be surprised they try to trade for something like Adolis Garcia or something like that from the Rangers. Don't be surprised that happens either. Why should Dominguez be leading off, Sean? When 7, 8, and 9 aren't hitting, he has nobody to drive in. Why should he be leading off? Yeah, I mean, great. Yeah, I just wish they were further along, Graham. We need to be like higher up in the system, but we do have grade A high arm. Yeah, we do have big arms in the low levels of the system that we've recently drafted. We definitely do. Right? I'm not giving up on the Yankees either, Brandon. I mean, I know a lot of folks would, but I'm not. I'd ride or die with them. So, all right. So, tie for Yanks and Tampa. Good. At least that, Sean. Yeah, and I think the third baseman should make it easy to move Jazz over to second because the defensive alignment would just be better, and I think they would both help Anthony Volpe hopefully make better decisions. But I would also not be relying on Luis Hill either to be healthy and productive. I hope so. What's up, Ken? How you doing? What do you know, man? Yeah, we do have the chips to play to get players. Do they have the desire to move them? I don't know. I know we have the chips. We have the pieces. There's a reason why teams loot our franchise in the Rule 5 draft every single year, right? I mean, it was nice to have Volpe hit a home run today, but we need more from that. We need more than just a home run on occasion from Volpe. And I'm fine with sitting him for a couple days. Mm-hmm. Well, well, we need to figure out who's going to be available, dude. That's the problem too. Right now, we don't know who's available. I wish we could just morph it into reality, but that's not going to happen. Yeah, I don't see Candelario making a difference either. I understand they're getting some, productive major league infield depth or whatever. Maybe that makes it easier to trade Peraza in a piece for a relief pitcher, right, or whatever. Maybe he's got something like that in the works. I have no idea, right? No. Yeah. The All-Star game is next week. Beagle hasn't been played yet. All-Star game's next week. Home run derby as well. Yep. Commends at areas. Yeah. Yes. Yes. We need to hear from Hal. Yeah. Well, exactly. Put your money where your mouth is. Big Ace app is in the place. What's up, baby? We are in the area where multiplayer trades have to happen. Multiplayer trades have to happen. Well, exactly too. I mean, maybe like Candelario and this guy that they just signed makes it easier to sit Volpe. Maybe that's part of the plan. But I don't know. Until they move on, until they get somebody to replace Volpe, he's the long-term guy. Yep. Yeah, we're in a zone right now. No, I don't think Putin's job is in danger. It's not his fault that the starting rotation is falling apart, that the bullpen's falling apart. It's not his fault. Yeah. Well, that's true, Clemens. Yeah. Yeah. And George Steinbrenner used to beat his chest to show that he cared. I mean, that's just some people like that. But I don't really see that being necessary, but whatever. But yeah, Boone can only work with what he has, and he doesn't have much right now. He doesn't have much, which is the truth. No. Regime change. Who and why? I don't think they're going to get much from Peraza and Everson Pereira, but I think that Pereira would probably fetch a little bit more than Peraza, but I think they're both expendable. Oh yeah, it is falling apart because of injuries, and our bullpen too. That's just unfortunately that's baseball. I hate saying it, but it's true. Right? Yeah. El Rodriguez Cruz, 7 innings pitched, 2 hits, nice. That's a good outing right there. Get back to work, Clemenza, and you like the point you made. There are worse things than this. There are worse things. That's perspective, bro. That's good perspective. No. Yeah. Some players are not performing. Some players are getting hurt. So, who's delusional, SJ? I think I'm not sure Luke Weaver is completely healthy yet. I'm not sure he's completely healthy yet. I mean, I like the way Spencer Jones is playing. But we'll see. All right. I'll say your prayers for your sister, bro. We'll say your prayers. Say your prayers for your sister, man, for Pennsylvania. To hope she gets well, speedy recovery, full recovery. Mm-hmm. Well, the players are going through this more than the fans are, right? So, I'm not saying the fans are not going through it because they are. But the players are the one getting all the heat from the fans. So, not as much as I like Spencer Jones, he alone is not going to move the needle unless he comes up here and hits 26 home runs, and then 10 of them are game winners. We need more than that. That doesn't help the pitching. So, would I love to see Spencer Jones? Absolutely, most definitely. But yes, definitely prayers for your sister. May she heal well, feel better well. Most definitely, man. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Pitching's got they're bludgeoned right now, Jocelyn. Yeah, they've got a lot. Yeah. That's just the way it's going to be. Got a couple channels who consistently peddle Firebone, Fire Cashman. Yeah. Well, the Knicks fired Thibodeau. Why can't the Yankees? It's a different sport. Completely different. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, George didn't have a World Series from 78 to 96. Longer than the stretch now. Yeah. Yeah. So he went through the same thing that Hal's going through right now. What would Joe Torre do? I don't know. Don't know. Don't worry about their health. But I'll have a better feeling after the deadline. Well, exactly. I mean, no other manager is going to take this injury-riddled team to the World Series. So, and exactly too, constantly. You notice Boone's not going to trash his players in front of the media. He's not going to throw his players under the bus. That's completely unprofessional. Huh. Huh. Mm. What's that, Jonathan? I don't know. What else? Some kind of coordinates? Oh, exactly, Carl. This, he's not responsible for all these injuries. And he does have a three. Yeah, Jones is playing well in AAA right now. He's got, I think, 3 home runs too. So, oh, John. Okay, gotcha. I thought you were giving us some GPS coordinates or something. The Mets. Oh, the Mets fans. The Mets. Huh? We're in their heads. Okay, let them. That's what the JV people do. Hmm? JV fans. Go right ahead. Troll us all you want. Talk about us all you want. How goes to games? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. It's the Volpe bashing, this, that, one. I'm like, look, until he gets somebody to replace him, he's going to be the guy. That's it. Okay. He will. Well, definitely not hitting in the runners in scoring position. But crazy thing is too is they're scoring a decent amount of runs. Their pitching is just giving up more runs than they're scoring. Just like today, scored 6, they give 12. Like that's not a recipe for winning, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't waste your time with them, Jeffy. Whatever Mets streams are, don't waste your time. Yeah. I said the Mets fans are JV, Murders Row. The Mets fans. didn't say the Mets. The fans are. With that behavior, that's JV behavior. I don't, Eric, because I know they wouldn't. So they wouldn't. Yeah. Yeah, and this is the time, like Carl, and I think if they can do multiplayer trades, they need to do that. There's a lot of a lot of holes they need to fill, and they will have to give up some pieces, right? They will have to give up some pieces, and it's going to hurt to get stuff, but that's the way. That's baseball. It has to. And teams know that the Yankees are hurting right now, so they will try to extort Cashman. That's just the nature of GMing and negotiating stuff like that, especially around the trade deadline. Right? So, yeah, when Gleyber was also playing well in a low pressure environment, he couldn't handle it here. He couldn't hack it. No. Yeah. Hal's been there for like no, sorry, not Cal. Cashman's been there for like 30. Yeah. They have the talent, Beagle. They have the talent. We just don't know if they have the willingness to part with the talent. Yeah. They have the talent. I I don't want someone to speak. I want someone to act, Nathaniel, right? I want somebody to act. I want somebody to do something. Yeah. Well, this is true too, Consiglio. Yeah, I mean, he had a short cup of coffee at the majors, didn't do much. So, I mean, maybe it's going to increase his trade value. Maybe for a team that needs an outfielder if it's righty. Maybe, but all right. So we'll see. Well, exactly too, Nathaniel. I like it, and it's look, we are. What are we? 20, 26 days from the trade deadline. 26 days. So, well, exactly, Colin. It's perspective. Like, there's so many fans who just either lack perspective or don't want to have perspective. And it's a shame. It's a shame. Yeah. The Yankees signed, yeah, John Candelario today to a minor league deal. Another infielder. They got the guy, what's his name, Nicky Lopez. They got him the other day. They also signed a relief pitcher last night or this morning. So they're going to continue to make these little moves. They get a fresh arm here to the bullpen. They get some fresh people here and there, and guys who were released from other teams. And until opportunities present themselves for bigger moves. This is what he does. It fills in the margin spots while he's trying to make something bigger happen. That doesn't mean something bigger happens going to happen, but that's what he does every year. The team, in my opinion, they need at least two relievers, and now they need a starting pitcher and a right-handed hitting bat who plays in infield, preferably third base, and someone good enough at third base to make it easier to move Jazz to second. Like that to me is a strategic, and this is where like the pieces of the puzzle have to be put together, right? It's like a 4x8 relay. Coach Carl knows who do you put in what leg, right? And why? So, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. JD Martinez never got signed, and neither did David Robertson. Yeah, if Jones does comes up, I think it happens in September when the rosters expand, but not before that. I will say. Gleyber Torres is injured now? Oh boy. Is that true? Well, that sucks. Willie Castro can fit the bit to third. He can also spot for third base too, and make it easier to sit Volpe here and there. And he could be a table setter at the top of the lineup. So, and that's the thing, Carl. Yeah, I mean, it depends on who they can get at second, who they can get at third. If the second baseman that they can get makes more sense to keep Jazz at third, okay. If the third baseman makes more sense to move Jazz second, okay. But I think it's going to come down to the right player, right, the right fit, and I think this is probably one of the tougher things. Willie Castro and John Duran, yeah, dude, that wouldn't be a bad trade, man. It wouldn't be a bad trade. Salary, yeah. I think they're going to need to trade for a starting pitcher now. Yep. I don't know. I think it really depends on who becomes available in the infield. Like, that's the key. Like, Brian Hayes, he actually leads major leagues in defensive run save at third base. So that would make sense to have him at third and have Jazz at second in this particular scenario. But, like, if you get somebody different who's an elite second baseman, that makes more sense to keep Jazz at third because of his arm strength. Okay, so be it. I just want the situation to be better. That's going to protect Volpe at shortstop, so he makes better decisions. Because we need him to make better decisions. I heard, Beagle. I heard that phone was top notch. Yeah. Chris Sale. I don't know if he'd be available. I don't know if he'd be available if the Braves would put him on the market. That I don't know. We got 96 people in here. Wow, everybody smack that thumbs up if you don't mind. Let's try to get 100 likes in here if we can. It's been a while. They did send Josh Young down to AAA. I would, depending on what it would cost, he's a guy I would consider. He's young, that's right. He has controllable years. He's young, so young is young. And Chris Sale's injured, huh? Stinks. Marcel, what's happening, my man? Merrill Kelly. I like Merrill Kelly's. He has a better body of work in the postseason than Zach Allen does. So, and he would most likely cost less. The only way I would even consider Sonny Gray is if they actually let him be Sonny Gray. The last time he came here, Larry Rothschild tried to change his entire pitching repertoire, and it didn't work. And then they called him a bust. It was unfair. Ben Shields. Jonathan, this is the guy I've been talking about for like a year and a half, right? Ben Shields. Second AA start of the season. Yeah. He's the guy. He's a lefty pitcher. He's the guy I'm keeping my eye on. Ben Shields. Yeah. I've talked about him for over a year. Hope he gets a shot at some point. So I really do. Like, how can you fire the manager for all these guys getting hurt? How? Take who? Special? You talking about Spencer Jones? You talking about Spencer Jones, Jeffy? I mean, I hope Yarbrough comes back soon, but he hasn't started. I don't think he's started pitching yet, throwing yet. So, but yeah, Clark Schmidt needs Tommy John. This is why they need a starter, a reliable starter, somebody like a Mitch Keller or something like that. Yep. And then maybe when you come back, Yarbrough goes back to the bullpen for long relief. And even Hill, I would consider putting him back in the bullpen for long relief. And I remember at the end of the season when he won Rookie of the Year, I said this would be a good time to trade high, sell high on him. People thought I was out of my mind. I still stand by that, so I would have traded him this offseason. I really do. 6th in a row, man. Yeah. Max Fried's on the mound tomorrow, so I hope to God he stops the losing streak. My goodness. Either if Schiller proves to be competent and Yarbrough comes back, it's either going to be Warren or Yarbrough in the bullpen. Trade Jones. I would not trade Jones for a rental. Not any rental in baseball. There's no way. We need Max Fried to shove tomorrow. We need him to pitch well. We need our offense to actually give the Yankees an opportunity to have a clean win. But the Mets play the Yankees pretty hard right now. They know how to play the Yankees. So, yeah. That broke our heart at Diamondbacks in 2001. That Luis Gonzalez hit off Mariano Rivera. For Royce Lewis, John Duran, and Chris Paddock. Isn't Royce Lewis a injury-prone player, infielder? Dominguez for Peralta. Oh, I think the only way the Yankees would move Dominguez is if you get somebody like Skubal or Skeens. So I'm pretty confident that that trade's not going to happen. Tony Womack, yep. Most of the Yankees by chasing speed and spin. It could be. Could be he would know more about that pitching element than we would. And I would more be aptly. I would listen to him more than I would listen to anyone from WFAN. I mean, yeah, Rice for Peralta is better than Dominguez for Peralta. Yes. Mo and Buffalo, baby. Cashman probably does have a deal in the works, but I don't know what the hell it is going to be. But you know, Skubal's a free agent after the end of next year. Yeah, I mean, if he keeps pitching this well, the Dodgers will. I mean, not that the Tigers would be wise to give him an extension. Yeah. That's the thing, Carl. Like, if you're going to trade somebody like Jones or Spencer, I mean, or Dominguez, you have to get something really good. Really good. And there's no way in the world I would trade either one of those guys for a rental player. No. Gallen, Merrill Kelly. I mean, there's going to be quite a few pitchers who are probably going to be floated at the deadline. My guess is the big names, Sandy Alcantara probably gets moved. I'm not sure if Peralta gets moved. Yeah. Seager's not worth $325 million. You can keep peddling Seager like you've been doing every day. Keep pushing Seager. Gallen's going to be a free agent, so they're not going to get a haul for him. But you might be right. They might ask for one. But there's nobody going to get one for Zach Gallen. He's a free agent at the end of the year. Yeah. Chapman. Yeah. He does need to be Houdini and David Blaine. He needs to be both. Look at Volpe's stats. Now let's look at Seager's stats. 250, 11 homers, 24 ribbies. That's not a $325 million player. You're pushing Seager, not Volpe. Those are Seager stats. Okay? No, Volpe's not the reason we're losing. Not helping us, but he's not the reason we're losing. I think so too, Carl. Like I mean, I personally think Rice could be the new first baseman of this team. He really could. Hmm. Are they trying to move? Oh yeah, they actually. You're right. They are trying to move Trevor Story. Yeah. Yeah, there really is not anybody as a shortstop worth trading for right now. Uh, Getting a shortstop. Not a shortstop. A third baseman, yes. Not a shortstop. Yeah, Jose Ramirez would be crazy. That would cost a haul. I am tired. Had a long day. I was at an amusement park in the sun all day. Worked out for 2 hours in the gym this morning. I came right home. My wife told me the girls want to go to the amusement park. Got dressed, put on sunblock, drove 90 minutes to the amusement park, stayed out there for 6 hours in the sun. Just got home. I am tired. Yeah, rest in peace, Bobby Jenks. Rest in peace, man. At 44 years old, he had some kind of stomach cancer. Uh, Candelario signed a minor league deal with the Yankees. So the Yankees to Montreal. I don't think they sell. Fizz was. I don't think they sell. Mickey Lobo. I don't know. I know he's a good defender, not much of a bat. So maybe he'll come in if he gets moved up to the 26 man. Maybe he'll be a defensive replacement for Volpe. I don't know. I have no idea. We'll have to see what happens. Nicky Lopez. Now you have Jamer Candelario. Neither one of them is going to move the needle really, but that's it. This is what it is. And keep smacking the like button, everybody. By the way, if anybody hasn't hit that thumbs up, please do that right now. Let's try to get 100. We haven't done 100 together in a while. Well, exactly. Yeah. 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 It is a baseball game. It depends on if I'm coming out of New York or PA. The amusement park. Could be Coney Island. Could be Dutch Wonderland. Could be Six Flags. But my kids, my girls aren't ready for Six Flags yet. Not those big roller coasters. So, and they tore down King the Ka, and they're building a bigger, faster roller coaster right now. So, damn, Fantastic Four. Goodness gracious. Rest in peace, Julian McMahon too. Actors are looking good. Yes, they are. They could be padding for trade. Yeah, exactly. They could be padding for trades, or just temporary replacements for guys like Peraz who might be trading the package for someone else, and then these guys could be like stopgap guys. So like if they let's just say they trade um, Peraz and other folks for whatever, and then a week later they get Brian Hayes or Ryan McMahon. Those guys would be stopgaps for those guys. That's the way I'm looking at it. Pennsylvania transparency. Let's definitely say a prayer for his sister. Nickelodeon Park, American Dream. I haven't heard them. I gotta check that out. We need help in the rotation and the bullpen, big time, big time. But again, like I said, teams are not going to go out of their way to help the Yankees. They're going to try to extort the Yankees because they know the Yankees are hurting right now. And that's just the way that it is and goes in baseball. Cashman would do it too. Yeah. Seager's not the guy, realistic. You keep pivoting to everybody else. You can't defend Seager. You can't do it. $325 million. Not worth it. Not worth it. The only shortstop of that group that was kind of worth the money is Trey Turner with the Phillies. That's it. Indoor water park. Oh, nice. Well, I would take the girls to the Poconos with indoor water park, Kalahari too. That's a really cool one as well. They love that. He didn't get 2 rings. His teams got 2 rings. His teams. But you can keep it. You got a crush on him? You want to date him? I'll see if he's single and see if he's available. Maybe you can ask him out. Oh, nice, Ken. Philly for 10 days, dude. When are you coming again? July 18th to 12th. Ah, okay. Let's keep in touch. Yeah, I like Donovan, man. But I don't trash anybody, right? I just like Donovan because I think he's a perfect fit here. I don't trash our third baseman because I like Donovan. You can actually like players without trashing other players, right? Yep. Yeah, let's definitely see if Nathan can set him up with Seager. Let's see if we can get you a date. Nathan makes sense. Nathan, my man, Nathan makes those connections, man. He does. I'll call. I'll give him a call. Sure, I'll take care of you, realistic. Nolan era, and well, I don't know. Nobody said he wasn't one of the problems. You know what's crazy too, Momo? Jeter, Bernie, those guys, those core 4 guys, they were all drafted when George was banned from baseball. Do you know that? George was banned from baseball for trying to dig. He hired a bookie to dig up dirt or to manufacture dirt on Dave Winfield, and then was busted, banned from baseball for a lifetime. But he was reinstated after 3 years. During that 3-year period, that's when those guys were drafted. Mm-hmm. Huh. Donovan, yeah, he does solve a lot of issues. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Yep. Stick Michael Dry. Yep. Bernie was, but Jeter wasn't. And Posada and some Pettit, those guys were all brought here when George was banned from baseball. We don't know yet. Hey, Tiffany, how are you? We don't know what Cashman's going to do. Just don't know. But I'm not going to just assume that he's not going to do anything. So let's see. Yes, he did, Grant. But that's it, okay. That's all we got. That's all we got. We need Max Fried tomorrow, man. We need him to step up. We need to shove. We need some bats to shove. Right? We got to show some type of sign of life before we go to Seattle. I think we're off Monday, and then we go to Seattle, and that's not going to be a picnic either. Yankees have a tough schedule in July. Mariano, yep, he was also with George's band. And George tried to trade Jeter. He tried to trade Mariano. And Hal talked him out of both. For those that don't know. Oh my God, it's an AI Aaron Judge channel. Oh, good Lord. Yes, they are, Tiffany. Yes, they are. What channel are they doing in that, Tiffany? Where are they? What channels are they talking trash at? Yeah, I don't do those AI sites. It's just ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you, man. Yeah, I'm gonna get a shower and then I'm probably going to crash. But I wanted to come on here and talk to the family first um, and see where everybody's at. Maybe talk to some people off the ledge. Hmm. Oh, I saw. Yeah, there's AI. There's some AI doctor crap on TikTok. This on Judge trashing the team and trash. Yeah, I saw that too. I saw that too. This AI, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. I mean, we know that we call it that Judge doesn't do that to his teammates. We know that. So yeah, it was definitely a doctor interview. Yeah, I mean, I don't waste my time with AI. Same. Oh, those. Yeah. The Yankees Digest and all them. Yeah, they had the Yankees signing Devers, even though Devers wasn't a free agent. Yeah. Who's the Rocky shortstop? Realistic. But you're really desperate to try to throw him out there, man. Yeah, that's why I don't listen to any of those channels, Ken. Any of them. I get zero value from any of those channels. I learn nothing from them. You know, I don't waste my time. Other people can listen to them for all they want, but everybody pretty much knows the channels that peddle this stuff. Tovar, there you go. At least Ken can name him. Too much of a gentleman to be captain? No, he's not. He deserves to be captain. I think him and Cole should be co-captains. In all honesty, not exactly too, Graham. Yeah, cool, hard, strategic thinking, rational heads. Strike when the iron's hot. You got to do what you got to do. And there's no need for beating our chests and all this stuff. That doesn't make you masculine. Doesn't make you an alpha male. Doesn't make you manly. None of that stuff does. Neither does trashing people from behind the screen. None of it makes you a masculine. Tovar is. Yep. Is that the one we're talking about earlier, Ken? Because I walked away from it too today. Yes, I do think Cole would be a good coach because he's almost like de facto pitching coach from the dugout. So I do think he would turn into a good coach if he wanted to be one. Yeah, it's just too much obsession with social media and just all this stuff, Facebook and X and Discord, and like it's just too much. It's too much. Uh-huh. It's just constant, like, it's constant ridiculousness. Oh yeah, all right. I had to walk away from them today too. And I appreciate the people who stick with us here too. So doesn't mean you have to agree. You don't have to agree with me. You know. When does he not, Graham? You saw Jurassic World? Okay, so it's worth seeing, Tiffany. I heard good things about that too. So now hearing good recommendation on Jurassic Park and a recommendation on F1. We might need some good movies right now to help pick us up a little bit. Like I'm gonna go watch Independence Day. My wife, we started watching last night. We fell asleep. We're gonna go watch the rest of that. That'll be cool. Yeah, I want to see F1 too. Kunsian is beating us. He beats all of us to the punch all the time. He's always there, right when it comes out. It's based on that. I don't see any other way to put forth information, Graham. But yes, and that's okay if people don't agree. It's totally fine. But I think it's important to stay level-headed and realistic. And I don't personally don't, agree with needing to have an emotional overreaction on bad information, a tantrum on bad information. 28 years. I saw 28 days later. That was kind of crazy. I wasn't sure. So you recommend against it, Jonathan? All right. What did I see the other day? I saw Monkey Man. That was pretty good. So Mission Impossible, second time. So that's clearly good too. So these three movies I have not seen yet. I need to get my butt to a movie theater. But we had so many birthday parties I've gone to the last weekends. So many things every day. You know, fire nice, nice. Yep, you got that right. Cool heads prevail. Damn right. Yeah. Superman, nice. Thursday. All right. Good. At least our folks have good taste in movies, right? Good taste in movies. Yeah, Eric thinks out, of course. And I don't block people for disagreeing with me, right? Exactly. Everybody's entitled to their views, and that's fair. Sister Act. I met Whoopi. She was really cool. Really, really cool. You saw, was that out already? Hits to stay with Cena and Elba? Shit. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, hopefully got some of this stuff off our chest. I feel a little bit better just coming here talking to you folks. It's therapeutic. Talk about movies now, so that's good. I'm in a better state of mind. I know what you did last summer. Uh, is there another one coming out, Jonathan? I didn't know that. I'll give you an insignificant fact of the day. The original killer with the 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 swimmer and the swimmer, that fucking the rubbers, the outfit. That was Mike Franks from NCIS. If you've ever watched NCIS, Mike Franks, who was Gibbs' friend, Gibbs' mentor, that's the killer from I Know What You Did Last Summer. Been a Yankee fan my whole life, Jerry. My whole life. Got it from my parents. Yeah. All right. Cool. Very cool. Anyway, gang, let me let you go. Thank you for coming on, spend some time with me. If you haven't hit the like button, please do that. All right, we'll be back tomorrow. We need to win. We need to end this week. We need to end this week with a damn win. I heard that The Running Man was remade. I don't know. It's not going to top Arnold. It's not going to top Arnold. That movie was phenomenal with Arnold. Oh, my God. Jesse Ventura and Jim Brown, the running back. Like, how can you beat that? Rays lost to the Twins. Okay. But the Jays won in extra innings for the second day in a row. So, but absolutely, David. Thank you guys for being part of this family. But go enjoy the rest of your day. Okay. And peace and love to all of you. You're the best. We'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow's a better day. See you, man. See you next time.